John Barrowman is a Scottish-American actor, author, presenter, singer and comic book writer. He is known for his roles as Captain Jack Harkness in Doctor Who and spin-off Torchwood, and as Malcolm Merlyn in the Arrowverse. Born March 11, 1967, age 57 years, Mount Vernon, Glasgow, United Kingdom. Spouse, Scott Gill, M. 2013, Scott Gill, M. 2006 to 2013. Parents, Marion Barrowman, John Barrowman. Height, 1.83 meters. Siblings, Carol Barrowman, Andrew Barrowman. Citizenship, United Kingdom, United States. John Barrowman net worth $4 million. Early life. John Scott Barrowman was born in Mount Vernon, Glasgow, on March 11, 1967, the youngest of 3 children. His older sister, Carol, later became a university professor. He lived in Glasgow for the first 8 years of his life. His mother was a singer who also worked in a record shop, while his father was employed by the Caterpillar Heavy Machinery Company in nearby Uddingston. In 1975, his father's company relocated the family to the United States, where his father managed the Caterpillar tractor factory in Aurora, Illinois. The family settled in Joliet, Illinois, where Barrowman attended Joliet West High School in the heart of a quintessentially middle-class conservative town. His high school music and English teachers changed the future course of his life, with his music tutor instilling in him a love for performing, and his English teacher encouraging him to rise to his true artistic potential. His English teacher moved him into a program for gifted children and coached him for the school's speech team. With the support of his teacher, he competed with other schools in statewide speech competitions, where he sharpened his skills reading scenes from plays. After his classmates mocked his native Scottish accent, Barrowman learned to speak with a general American accent which also hinted at a mid-Atlantic accent. As a freshman, he won parts in several musical productions. From 1983 to 1986, he performed in such musical productions as Oliver, Camelot, Hello, Dolly, Lil Abner, and Anything Goes. Among his classmates in high school, who also participated in theater with him, were Anthony Rapp and Andy Dick. Rapp is reportedly a close friend of Barrowman. Barrowman has acknowledged that, without the support he received in high school, he would most likely not now be appearing in Royal Command performances in the West End in front of the royal family or having Stephen Sondheim asked to play opposite Carol Burnett. Barrowman spent his senior year shoveling coal for an Illinois power company. His father had arranged the job, and similar jobs for his brother and sister, to give him the experience of manual labor. His father told him, "If you want to do manual labor for the rest of your life, you'll know that when you do it, it's a choice. But if you don't like it, you'll understand the importance of educating yourself and, if you decide what you want to do, being good at your craft or your skill." Barrowman worked for the power company for the entire summer, but did not like the job. Eventually, he convinced the company to move him to work in the storeroom. Barrowman graduated from high school in 1985, and he later became a naturalized U.S. citizen while retaining his British citizenship. After he graduated from high school, he attended the University of Iowa for a semester to study drama and music. He then attended DePaul University, studying voice for a semester, before performing at the Opryland theme park in Nashville, Tennessee for 2 summer seasons. He then transferred to the United States International University in January 1988, where he studied performing arts. As part of a student exchange program, he returned to the UK in the summer of 1989 to study Shakespeare for 6 months, where he remained. Acting career. Theatre. Barrowman's professional acting career began in London's West End in October 1989, playing the role of Billy Crocker in Cole Porter's Anything Goes at the Prince Edward Theatre, alongside Elaine Page as Reno Sweeney and Bernard Cribbins as Moonface Martin. He continued to appear in West End productions for the next decade, taking the title role of Domingo Hernandez in Matador at the Queen's Theatre in 1991, as Raoul in The Phantom of the Opera at Her Majesty's Theatre in 1992, as Claude in Hair at the Old Vic Theatre in 1993, as Chris in Miss Saigon at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane in 1993, as Joe Gillis in Sunset Boulevard at the Adelphi Theatre from 1994 to 1995, and as Beast in Beauty and the Beast at the Dominion Theatre in 1999. Barrowman was part of the musical Godspell in 1994, and was a soloist in 2 songs, We Beseech Thee and On the Willows. He was lead vocalist on a rendition of Strike Up the Band in Who Could Ask for Anything More? A celebration of Ira Gershwin at the Royal Albert Hall in 1996, and he was nominated for an Olivier Award for Best Actor in a Musical in 1998 for originating the role of Cal Chandler in The Fix, a performance he repeated in Cameron Mackintosh's 1998 gala concert Hey, Mr. Producer. Barrowman played Joe Gillis in Sunset Boulevard in the West End and, briefly, on Broadway. His only other Broadway credit is in the role of Barry in the Stephen Sondheim revue Putting It Together, 1999-2000, at the Ethel Barrymore Theatre opposite Carol Burnett and George Hearn. In a review of Putting It Together, theatre critic Tom Sameljan noted Barrowman's fine baritone voice and suave looks. In 2002, Barrowman appeared as Bobby in Sondheim's company in the Kennedy Center's Stephen Sondheim celebration. On March 23, 2002, Barrowman took part in the Concert for Peace along with 200 other performers in a gala show at Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, to express their opposition to the US-led war against Iraq. Barrowman sang Being Alive from company. Other performers that night were David Tennant, Sir Ian McKellen and Dame Judi Dench. Barrowman returned to the role of Billy Crocker in Trevor Nunn's 2003 West End revival of Anything Goes, and appeared in West End non-musical dramas, such as his role as Wyndham Brandon in Rope at the Minerva Theatre, Chichester in 1993, and he starred as Lieutenant Jack Ross opposite Rob Lowe in the 2005 production of A Few Good Men. Barrowman starred in pantomime productions of Cinderella at the New Wimbledon Theatre, Christmas, 2005-06, and in Jack and the Beanstalk at Cardiff's New Theatre, Christmas, 2006-07. He played the title role in Aladdin at the Birmingham Hippodrome over Christmas 2007-08 and as a guest act for the Royal Variety performance at the London Palladium in 2008. Barrowman played the lead in the Robin Hood pantomime at the Birmingham Hippodrome for the 2008-09 season. He presented Andrew Lloyd Webber's 60th birthday party in London's Hyde Park on September 14, 2008. Exactly 1 year later, Barrowman succeeded Roger Allam as Zaza/Alban in the West End revival of La Kjux Falls, at the Playhouse Theatre. Personal life. Barrowman is known for speaking in his American accent while in public, but switching back to his original Scottish accent when with his family. This was first publicly revealed when he visited his parents during the making of his 2008 documentary, The Making of Me. He also uses it when in Scotland, including during the Glasgow Commonwealth Games opening ceremony, and when speaking to another Scottish person.